Good evening, everyone out there on the interwebs. My name is Jared, and this is my channel, Mazda B3K. This is a vehicle introduction video, a new project that I'm adding to the channel that I hope to eventually put in my active fleet of vehicles that my family uses. So without further ado, let's take a look at the new edition, see what we need to do to it, and think about what we can do with it. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a 1993 GMC Vandura 2500. One of the last of the era of conversion vans. And I apologize for the junk in the way, but this thing does not run and I'm not pulling it back out. It was a beast to get in here. Big old conversion van built on top of basically a GMC 2500 platform. So think Chevy Silverado. Think 3/4 ton truck, if you remember those old terminologies. So we're going to take a look at it. We're going to see what she needs. We're going to see what we have. See what we want to do with it. So the first thing you can see, it's filthy. It's just disgusting. And yes, there will be a pressure washing video once I can move this thing around under its own power. But right now, it can't move. And let me zoom out here. Right now, it can't move, and I will get to that in a moment once we finish the outside. So let's go up top here. The ladder is still in good shape. As you can see, we do have some issues like this. We've got some cancer here. It's not real bad there, but there's a spot up front that's really, really bad. Our rear light is toast. I actually grabbed a new one of those at the junkyard because that lens is basically impossible to get. Believe me, I looked. See, the top probably hasn't been cleaned in an age. I'm going to have fun trying to pressure wash that. And this does have a spare tire in it, and it actually looks okay. I don't know how old it is, but it does actually have one. This kink is probably where it pushed up against the arm. Right here. So this already has a towing hitch and a 7-pin connector, and it does have a brake controller up front that I'm going to have to address. When we get under it, you can see that overall it's actually pretty clean. And I will show you an issue that's down there in a minute as we continue to walk around. So we have a little antenna here. I'm not sure what it's for. I got to look around. This thing was... I actually got it from the same family that I got the Miata from. It was owned by the father. The Miata was owned by the sister. But as you can see, this cancer is a bit worse. Maybe you can't because of the light, but there is a hole through the outer skin right there. The inner skin's fine. Outer's got a hole clean through it. You know, there's several spots like that that are just chewy. But hey, this one has a gas cap. Hey! I actually have a gas cap key for it, but I don't understand why, because it's not locking. So our window seals are, you know, they're decent. Again, everything is filthy. And we got some bubble right there. Little bubble right here. Just thinking about it. Have to get on that. That's why this guy is sitting in my pole barn taking up real estate, because quite simply I left it outside, it would rot. That's what was happening to it, and I think I stepped in time to save it, but this one's going to need more work than the Miata for sure. Let's go back under, and apparently not much before I decided to buy it. Someone decided to upgrade to a Bluetooth exhaust here. They took the catalytic converter. So I'm going to have to get a new one of those. But I've recently purchased a welder, so I can start learning how to fabricate. And I intend to take care of that one myself. Keep moving around here. And we'll sort of look at the power barn, because this style van, you only get some access from the front. Most of it's actually from inside. But here's the biggest problem. It's bad. From what I was told by a windshield guy, probably this is not the original glass. Somebody slapped this on. They didn't do it right. They scratched up the paint. That let rust in, that let water in, and it just started rotting this all the way around. Some places are better, some places are worse, but it has rot all the way around the windshield to the point where I'm not sure how safe this glass is. Because if you get in close, see, there we go. You can see that this metal here, this is actually part of a fender plate. I can take that off. It's actually part of this front quarter, or front fender, sorry. And that front fender actually extends all the way up here. I'm not sure where you would cut and weld, but that can probably be had. And there's a little bit of chewy on this. This can come out. That's not too hard, but it's not really that chewy either. But the concerning part is here. That's under the glass. That's the metal the glass is mounted to. So yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing that I'm going to have to address, which is why I brought her in. But let's take a good look at the front. Leave the hood up there. So as you can see, we've got one light that's been hooeyed out of existence. I've got a replacement for that. Got the trim rings a little bit manky. Haven't got a replacement for that yet. And when we start looking in here, again, you'll see they put that alarm system in, and then they disabled it and they didn't clean up their mess. So I gotta clean it up. But everything is here. What I was told is this thing was running and driving, but it was running rich. And the father, who was owning this, driving this, doing whatever with it, he got mad at it to the point where he decided that it was better off being carbureted. So he started that process. We'll take a look at that in a second. Over here, this battery was slap dead. They told me it was toast. I brought it back with a battery charger with a desulfation function. So this battery's good and healthy again. Yay. Let's go inside now. Pretty much seen all of the outside. So let's open up the front, see what we got. So you can see, this is what I saw when I started looking at this thing as a project, and I saw these panels, and I saw these seats, and I was like, wow, because I've always wanted one of these. I think they make a better cruiser than a modern minivan. And the inside, the interior, is really good. That headliner's in great shape. Sun visors, I mean, the wood's showing age, but overall it's really good. This runner is good up here. Then we start getting into the problems. This nightmare. This is the brain box for that security / remote lock system. And it's a mess. I'm going to take all this apart, restore it to stock. Don't know. Well, you probably can't see it behind all this wiring, but the fuse box is half melted. I honestly don't know how this thing cranks, but it will turn over. There's our brake balance controller, and I hope to save that. As you can see, we have a trend here. If you watched my Miata video, they trashed the steering column panel here, which I got a new one. And I took this off because I was investigating some stuff. I do have this panel, but it turns out they got in here too. That's actually where the rear blower is supposed to be. They tried moving it over here, but I don't think it works. But I have a replacement. They put in a custom stereo somewhere down the line that does work. As you can see, we do have some interior lights. Let me go around. Unfortunately, hang on. Let me turn this thing over show you something else that's a little scary. Let me turn this thing over. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Not gonna let you see my keys. Alright. So, yeah, scary. When this guy decided that he was gonna carburate, he did a real hack job. And he literally... Oh. Hang on just a second, guys. I want to avoid copyright problems. There. Okay, so he has already dropped in a carbureted lower intake. And this is a throttle body injection assembly that I picked up at the junkyard. So I got my work cut out for me. I'm going to have to basically replace the top of the engine with the correct components to restore it to EFI or electronic fuel injection. That's the engine, and you're probably wondering, what is this engine? That's part of why I was so excited to buy this. This is the Chevy 350, small block Chevy. Turn the auto lights on. Indirect, mood, reading. Turning all these lights on so that we actually can kind of see what we're doing here. Anyway, you've got a panel here where you can set your lights. We have indirect, mood, reading, and then we have the TV. That's also exciting. These lights are misbehaving, which is kind of annoying. So let me bring you around back. I apologize for the low light. Can't really improve this too much. Let's see. There we go. That helps. So that is the doghouse. That's the cover that's supposed to go over on top of here. And this guy comes with a 14-inch TV. It does turn on, it does power up, but the display's shot, so can't do much with it. I was able to plug in my Xbox and I could see maybe a 1/4-inch screen. That goes on the dog bone. But as you can see, again, I apologize for the bad light. The interior is in really good shape. This thing is 30 years old, or near to it, and almost everything works. And the interior is really nice. So this is a replacement dash. It just so happens there's a 93 Vandura at the local junkyard, so I have been raiding it like a bandit. And I've got a whole replacement dash, and I've got my lower intake for a throttle body, and I've got all the parts I need, a new fuse block, whole thing. Let's exit through here. There we go. Oi, oi, all right. Show you the trunk real quick. So here's a view from the back. As you can see, even here in the trunk, you still have basically mint door card. It blows my mind how good this looks. You're probably wondering, why do I have blue seats back here? Well, the reason why I have blue seats back here is I was looking for middle seats to put in this van to turn it into a 7-seater, because this sofa bed, and yes, it is a sofa bed, it will fold down. It can hold 3 people, and then you got the 2 up front, and then you're supposed to have 2 in the middle. And the Vandura in the junkyard was a Starcraft conversion. This is a Tiara or a TMC conversion. And so it was all done in blue. And these seats, number one, they're in pretty good shape. They don't have any rips or tears. They're just dirty. I can take care of dirty. And more importantly, get this side open. Oh, there we go. Much better. Why are you fuzzy? There we go. Sorry, guys. But more importantly, these seats should fit the standard GMC Chevy bolt pattern that I have in my floor. So conversion vans, as the name implies, these were vans. They started out just GMC Vanduras or Chevy G vans, and then they went to conversion companies who would redo the entire inside and make them really nice cruisers. So this one was done by TMC, and then the one in the junkyard was done by StarCraft. No, not the video game. They were an actual company. In fact, they were one of the top tier converters. So the standard bolt pattern on a GMC Chevy is, it's 11 inches long, and then about 10.7 inches about 10.75 inches wide, and these will fit that. And I have all the hardware, so I'll be able to just get it right in and life will be good. These are actually the front seats. StarCraft used a modified bolt pattern in their middle seats. I couldn't use them, and there are these really cool swivel seats that were in the G20, also at the junkyard. But again, they use a modified bolt pattern on their anchor, so anchor plate. So I couldn't use it. Anyway, I've got a lot of work to do on this guy to get it running, and then more work to kind of freshen it up and get it to where it's running reliably and safe. I'm told that the brakes are brand new. I'm told the transmission was just rebuilt. You know, I'm told the engine was taken care of. And from what I can see, I can kind of believe all those statements, but you know, come on, let go. There we go. It's kind of, I'll believe it when I see it sort of thing. The biggest problem is all that rot around the windshield, which is beyond my ability to fix. I'm going to have to take it to a body shop. So anyway, guys. Same question I posed in the Miata video. After I get this all fixed up so it's running proper, and I can turn it into a nice family cruiser, what else should we do with it? Like the TV inside, should I fix it up for the nostalgia? Or should I try to get something modern that'll fit that 14-inch slot? Should I do any performance upgrades on this legendary Chevy 350 small block? Or just kind of leave it be? And also, I need a name for this guy. Or girl. I tend to name my vehicles after females. But she's going to need a name, and I have not thought of one yet. So if you've got a name or some ideas about what we should do with this, put it in the comments below. Alright guys, that's the introductory video for the 1993 GMC Vandura 2500 that I have behind me here. I've got a lot of work to do on it. I got a lot of parts for it, so expect a lot of videos coming out for it in the next week, couple weeks. I'm going to be trying to kind of weave these between the Miata videos so that the content gets a little bit more varied on the channel. I know I've been doing a ton of fusion stuff recently as I've been getting all that straightened out. So if you like what you see, please like, share, subscribe, let all your buddies know, help this channel grow, and I will see you guys later.